If you have $1 million in cash but can't explain where it came from, you don't actually have $1 million. To the modern financial system, unexplained wealth isn't an asset. It's a red flag that locks every door in sight. This is why criminals are obsessed with the process of making dirty money look clean. Because physical cash is heavy, dangerous to move, and impossible to spend on anything that actually matters. You can't just walk into a bank with a duffel bag and buy a life without the government asking exactly how you earned it. A luxury car or a mansion bought with untaxed cash isn't a trophy, it's a target for an immediate audit. If your lifestyle exceeds your reported income, the math of your life simply stops working. This friction is what created the three-step cycle of money laundering: placement, layering, and integration. It starts with placement, taking the bulk cash and breaking it into tiny, unnoticeable fragments. The goal is to get the money into the legitimate financial system without triggering any automated alarms. This is often done through cash-heavy businesses like laundromats or cafes that can easily inflate their daily sales. By mixing illegal gains with legitimate business revenue, the dirty money begins its first stage of purification. Then comes layering, the most complex part of the process designed to bury the audit trail. The money is moved rapidly through a series of wire transfers, offshore accounts, and shell companies. Each layer is a new transaction intended to make it mathematically impossible for investigators to follow the original source. It often crosses borders and jurisdictions, exploiting gaps in international banking laws to stay one step ahead of the chase. By the time the money reaches its destination, it has been disconnected from its criminal origin entirely. Behind a wall of fake invoices and ghost employees, the owner of the money becomes a ghost himself. Finally, the money enters the last stage: integration, where it reemerges as a legitimate asset. It appears as a loan repayment, a dividend check, or a perfectly legal investment from a foreign entity. Now, that original dirty cash can finally be used to buy the house, the car, or the business without suspicion. To the rest of the world, you aren't a criminal anymore. You're just a successful person with a clean credit line. The system now protects your wealth because, on paper, every cent is accounted for and taxed. You've successfully traded a high-risk pile of paper for a low-risk, usable financial future. But this cleaning process isn't free. It's incredibly expensive, often costing up to half of the original sum. Between bribes, shell company fees, and processing costs, the laundering tax is the highest price any person will ever pay. And even with a sophisticated system, the digital footprint of a lie is much harder to erase than a physical one. One single mistake in the layering process leaves a permanent trail that leads directly back to the source. Because while you can clean the money, you can never truly clean the history of how it was made. The tragedy of money laundering is that you spend your whole life building a mansion, only to realize you've built your own prison.